Hi guys, it's Graham from OCN Drives, and today we're going to do a quick outside review of 2020 Mercedes-Benz AMG GLC 63. First, we're going to take a quick look. We got our optional tires here. Traditional tires are 20-inch rims, 5-spoke, but we got the optional 21-inch rims with the multi-spoke. Obviously you can tell the badging here is an AMG. They like to make sure you know exactly what type of engine it has. It has the V8 bioturbo, and obviously they're also pushing their 4MATIC Plus drive. It's got a little bit more aggressive styling than the regular GLC, a little bit more AMG styling, sits a lot lower to the ground. You've got our nice 4 tips for the exhaust here. As you can see, it sits pretty low, and this is their mid-size SUV. It's not their big one, which is a GLE, and not their small size, which is the GLA. All right, now we're going to go ahead and pop the hood and see what's underneath. Beautiful. This is the 4-liter V8 bioturbo, 2 turbos to it. This V8 is handcrafted, so it has the signature of the employee that built this engine. It puts out 469 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs and has 479 foot-pound torque starting at 1,500 RPMs. All right, so just quickly to talk about the brakes. We have a 15-inch rotor, vented, and it has 6 pistons for great stopping power. The suspension is a independent AMG air body suspension. We're going to go ahead and get Alex to go ahead and talk about the interior.
Hey guys, it's Alex Ball, and today we're looking on the inside of the AMG GLC 63. And we're just going to quickly go through the interior, talk about the technology, talk about what this car's been packaged out with trims. So let's go ahead and get into that. So first we'll look at the 10-inch screen that we find in the car. We've got phone controls, we've got navigation controls, we've got radio controls, we've got multimedia controls, we've got our comfort controls, which is controlling climate, but it's also controlling the multi-touch LED stuff. We can come into now more AMG specific, which is they have a track package in this car, which is tracking, you know, your lap times, your pace times, and kind of just an overall nice package if you're going to take this car to the track and really kind of care about your timings. And then we come into the screen that we all really like that AMG provides, which is their performance screen. And this just tells you kind of maybe not necessarily useful information, but just really interesting information that you kind of want to know when you are paying big dollars for a sports car. So in this screen, it's just going to show you where power is coming from in the wheels. It's also showing your turn radius on your front wheels, as this is a front driving car. If we come in, we can now see G-force in the corner. These numbers in the bottom corners are your dual zone climates that it's providing. And if we come in to the engine section, this is the screen that I really enjoy. It's going to show you horsepower, it's going to show you torque, and then your engine and transmission temperatures. And these are live charts that when we drive the car later, you'll see is giving you real-time measurements of the horsepower that the car is giving you at the current moment and how much torque you're getting. And then if we come to the final screen, we just have a simple fuel consumption chart that you can track over, 3 hours, the last couple minutes, the last 90 minutes, and it'll break down the chart for you. And as you can see, we're getting a pretty spectacular fuel mileage. So if we come into that menu, the rest of it is just more specific apps that you would find in non-AMG cars. And then again, settings. And if you go into settings, you can control a whole host of things, lighting, whether you have your ambient lights on, controlling parking sensors. You can raise and lower the car if we had it on, with that air suspension that Graham talked about earlier. We could control, all the parking sensors. This car also offers some kind of fun technologies like an entry and exit mode. So when you turn the car off or you turn it on, the driver's seat and steering wheel can actually adjust to get out of your way, so it's an easier experience getting into the car. You've got a belt adjustment. You've got belt adjustments. When you get into the car, the seatbelt will actually electronically kind of pull in, and will keep you kind of stable. We can come to the center console, where we've got dual zone client for passenger and driver. We have on the door sides, we've got the heated seats. You can option this car out with ventilated seats, but unfortunately this car doesn't have it. Seat controls, with memory seats, passenger and driver. Inside this center console, we've got, a typical cup holder. We've got a wireless phone charging port, and then we've got USB to connect. The center console, as well as the bigger 12-inch console for the driver, is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is just standard at this point, especially talking about how expensive this car is. So this is the steering wheel that you can get in the AMG. It's got our two up flappy paddle gearbox shifters, up and down. We've got this amazing little dial that lets us choose the ride mode that we're in. So currently you can see a snowflake in it. So we're in kind of the winter, or I believe they call it the slippery mode. We can change it. There's an individual mode, which if you take time, you can come to the center console and you can set up the car exactly the way you want it, suspension, how high the car sits, how aggressive the throttle is, which is really awesome. And then we can come to the comfort mode, which is kind of just the toned down long trip mode. The suspension's gonna be really safe. Your traction control is gonna be on. It's just gonna be a really smooth ride. The exhaust, I also believe, isn't as loud in comfort mode. And then we can come to our sport mode, where the car suspension tightens up. They open up the exhaust. The car will lower, and it's just, our throttle response is going to be a lot sharper. And then we come to our final mode, which is the Sport Plus mode, which is where the car is just, the dial is turned up to 11 on the AMG. Safety features are kind of turned off. The throttle response is going to be as sharp as this car can give us, and it's kind of an insane mode to ride on. On this side, we've got a button that lets us just control the suspension, so you can be in a different ride mode like Sport Plus, but maybe you've come onto a dirt road that's a little bumpy, and a hard race suspension isn't going to be exactly comfortable, so you can come over to the left side and cycle through your different suspension settings. And then you've also got quick access to your traction control for those instances where you want to turn it on and off.
Hey guys, Jeff Herbert here with OCN Drives, and we're in the 2020 Mercedes GLC 63 AMG. You probably saw my friends earlier taking you around the car, but I'm the lucky guy that gets to take you for a ride. So let's do it. First, I want to make sure that it is in my preferred exhaust setting. Okay, it is in powerful and ignition. Oh yeah. Love me that sound. This thing has more cameras than a casino in Vegas. So I'm using the 360 camera to look all around me, as well as the high definition backup camera, which might as well be brought to you by IMAX. And let's go. Okay, so first things first. At low speeds, the car is really well composed, really docile, and kind of gentle. It could be used every day without issue. I have it in the loudest exhaust setting because I'm a child at heart, and it's actually not too bad. So the interior is pretty quiet, Mercedes level of luxury, which is to be expected. Other things that I pick up on initially: love the steering wheel. Alcantara should be standard on more cars. it just feels so nice. It feels so racy. There's the little marker in the middle here, which tells you, I guess, helps you with your steering wheel orientation. Not really necessary, but feels kind of racy. Tons of buttons on the steering wheel, which Alex went through. I'm just trying to find a little open bit of road we can kind of let this engine sing a little bit for you. Oh, this looks good. This is pedal down, baby. Holy, oh man. Okay, so that was a big number and it came quick. This 4-liter twin turbo V8 is definitely not lazy. We'll put it that way. Oh man, that was good. Put the car through some turns a little bit quicker now. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put the suspension into sport. Right there. And what that does is it tells the air ride to firm up the airbags a little bit, give us a little less body roll in the turns. Gosh, for an SUV, this thing corners flat. I would like a little more steering feel, but again, it is an SUV, so I can't really complain too much. There's no way a car that's 4,500 pounds or 4,545 pounds should be able to handle this well. It hides its weight really, really well. Yeah, the incredible machine. I believe it goes for $83,665, worth every penny. It feels exactly like it should. It feels like the AMG Benz cars that we've kind of come to know and love.
Well, you guys heard it here first. I'm Jeff Herbert with OCN Drives, along with Alex Ball and Graham Briggs. If you like what you saw, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell. It helps save us from our day jobs. Thanks, guys.